Every month, I spend over $1,000 not on an employee, but on tools alone. Now, without these tools, I wouldn't be able to operate my business. I would probably have to have double the workforce, pay close to $3,000 to $4,000 in labor costs just to be able to have the kind of benefits I'm having because of these tools. I'm going to be showing you exactly what tools I use, its functions, its cost. And since I set up systems, automations, and AI for these businesses, I set up these tool stacks, right? You know, I chose the best of the best. You can use this video as inspiration to see what tools you need to use as well. So let's get into it. Now, if you're new here, my name is Fahad. I'm the founder of AutomateMyBiz. I build systems for 7 to 11 figure business owners. We are ranked top 100 worldwide at what we do. And we worked with billion-dollar firms and influencers such as co-host of The Dave Ramsey Show, Anthony O'Neill, Love by Mike, Bad Marketing, Overlord, and many others. Let's get into the video. So I split everything into 3 sections. First is the brain, which are tools that I use to think and build. Second is the operations, which is the major part of how everything is connected to each other and how everything operates. Third is the back office that allows everything to be maintained in a clean fashion in an office. All right, now section number 1 is the brain. Now the first thing I use is the AI. Now I use AI every single day for hours on end. I stop when the Claude limit is reached. My family sees me, I touch grass, I poop, I eat, I wait for the limit to be reached so I can do what I do on a day-to-day basis. So you know I'm a power user. Okay. I'm a Claude partner, guys. I need to use these things. So the first is the LLM layer. I mainly use Claude these days. So I use both Claude and OpenAI. I'll tell you exactly how I'm using. So I use Claude for mainly the day-to-day stuff, for drafting my emails, for doing thinking for me, for doing some quick research. I've noticed that Claude is a bit better, gives me better answers than OpenAI does in terms of quick research, quick analysis, quick copywriting, quick email summary, quick analysis of calls. All these things, Claude is much better. So I use Claude for these things. And OpenAI, I use OpenAI to build projects out. I believe Codex works much better. So this is Codex. I use Codex to build multiple apps. This is one of the web apps that we are building. So we use these things for multiple web app developments. Codex works a bit better than Claude and also has more limits and less token usage compared to Claude. So Claude, I use both, and OpenAI is much better for deep research. So split between both, but day-to-day stuff is Claude. All right, so that's that. Now next is the automation layer. And as an AI automation engineer who's been building automations for the last 6 years, this is the tool that's the crux of the whole operation. Without this, I don't think any of it can be operated. That's the automation tool. I had multiple options to go with. I had Zapier, I had Make.com, I had N8N. We have automations in all 3, but my daily driver is and always will be Make.com. Now why is that? Make.com allows me to quickly deploy stuff. The whole point of low-code automation tools is to deploy something very quickly and in a cost-effective manner. I personally believe that Make.com is the cost-effective option in the long run for my usage. If you have so many automations, it's of course N8N, self-hosted N8N, but in here, I don't have to create custom apps to create connections, because if you use N8N and you host it to make it cheaper, you need to create apps for every single. If you want to create Airtable, go to the Airtable developer account, get the API key, get this app. You need to do so many things. If you use the cloud version, it's the same thing. It's going to be a tad bit more expensive, but Make.com is what I believe for me is easier. All these are automations that we have. All these are automations. We have so many automations. We have onboarding automation, we have content automation, we have fetching automation, multiple automation that runs on a daily basis for me. This is the onboarding automation that creates the Slack channel for my clients, creates the invoices, creates the project, fetches all the relevant details and send it to my accounting software, a bunch of other stuff. This is the content scheduling, automatically schedules content. This is the task automation, gives me updates on Monday on tasks that are due for me, my team, what's pending, what they have to do, all that stuff. This is OTP buddy, fetches the OTP and sends it to a Slack account for everyone to access. A bunch of automations like this is running our day-to-day operations that are really crucial. So it's all these small things that makes our life so much easier. All right, now this is the brain of the whole thing. Now let me show you the operations layer, and this is where most agencies fall apart. All right, this is GoHighLevel. This is where I spend the most amount of my money and time in, because this handles the most important part of every business, which is sales. Without this system, I can't manage my sales, I can't track my sales, I can't do any follow-ups, because most of the automations, most of the tracking is in this software right here. And without this software, I am done for. The first thing that we did is making sure that our CRM setup is set up properly. Why was it important to have it set up properly so we can do the right tracking, right reporting, and that's what you see right here. So we have a detailed reporting dashboards where I can see what my conversion rate is. I have a 24% conversion rate. I can see exactly where my leads are from. I can see most of my leads are coming in from referral. I can see which community. I have leads from Upwork, I have leads from word of mouth, I have leads from Instagram, YouTube. I can see all these numbers, and if I do lose a lead, I can see exactly why am I losing lead. Okay, 44% are unresponsive, some have budget constraints, some other. Based on this, I can make respective decisions accordingly. Much, yeah, makes my life so much easier to make the respective decision. This is the opportunity section. I've divided them and segregated them accordingly. I can see who needs to be contacted, when it needs to be contacted. My contracts are in here. The most beautiful part is the automation layer. We have about 30 plus automations that are running on GoHighLevel that does follow up for me, that does lead processing, that does follow up on my behalf, that does reminder to me and to them when they don't pay the invoices. When they are there for too long, it's going to remind me, Fahad, you haven't contacted this person yet. It's going to notify me, it's going to do respective stuff, it's going to do research on the person, there's so many things that are happening, and all these are just automations in different folders. You see, if you open up this folder, there's a bunch of automation that just shows up in here. All these are automations, and it just keeps going and it keeps going because there are so many automations that runs in the back end for follow-ups and all these things that I said. All right, now moving on. The next software that we use for project management, for managing all our projects. Once we close the deal, right? What happens next? We need to get the client onboarded, and we need to make sure the tasks are done on time. My team knows exactly what needs to be done, and they have all the resources that they need to complete a project on time in one place. That's exactly what project management software allows you to do. And we use Notion because Notion allows me to have the flexibility that most of these softwares don't allow me to do. You see how beautiful this is? It reminds me of my face when I wake up. So beautiful dashboard, I can see everything in here, everything that I need, the clients, the projects, the tasks, SOPs are, I swear to God, my business would not work if it wasn't for SOPs. All the passwords, if I go to a particular client, for example, let's go to this client, I can see all the projects assigned in here. So if I click on a particular project, right, I can see all the information, I can see all the passwords that I need for this in here. I can see all the projects, click on in here, all the details are attached in here, all the documents, the tasks that are created in here for my team. Everything is so much easier. The task section, the reporting, all our KPI reportings happen in here. This is where we track how my team is performing. These are KPI reportings within my team. We track everything in here. I don't know if this section is called operations. This is where we store all the assets, my calendar links, my affiliate links, my funnel links, my presentation links, every single link, we have all over the place. I put them all in here. It allows me to access everything quickly, and SOPs just goes over detailed description on how to do every single process, and all my team have SOPs for different stuff. This is the SOP that my hiring guy uses. My hiring recruiter uses this SOP to find good candidates, helped us get good candidates for our job roles. This is the SOP that my appointment setter uses to get us leads, and this, my friend, is the SOP for our entire operations, for project management, for CRM projects, for phone agents, every single thing. This document, this SOP allows me, it has detailed description on everything, on how to do certain things, checklists that my team needs to fill. Every single detail is filled in these SOPs. I love this software. I love Notion. Notion is my favorite out of everything because this is our daily, this is our backbone to our operations, and this is how we are able to deliver things on time. All right. Now, I also use Notion to manage my content, the content that I'm recording right here. This is my content system. So my content system is, this is my content system. I'm able to manage all my content in here. I can see what good ideas are. I can see what needs to be recorded, what is ready to film. Click on it, all the details, all the whimsical, everything I need to talk about, all the prompts, everything is in here. Everything happens in a jiffy, and that's where I track stuff in here as well. So beautiful software. Now let's move on. The next software that I use is Slack. All the team communications happen. You see all my team chats, team automation, team content, team editing, team leads, team marketing, team sales. You're gonna go on and on. DevWorks, project management software guys. All the guys, our stuff happens in Slack. So I can see all my sales. My sales team gives me updates every week in here. My team gives me updates every week in here. My marketing team gives me updates in here. My content team gives me update in here. My editing team gives me update in here. We have softwares and automations connected to these platforms that gives us update. Hey, see, Fahad has a new item. He's ready. He just finished recording. So all these tools are connected to these systems as well, which makes everything homogeneous. So that is Slack. At the same time, all the client communication happens in Slack as well. Teams added in here. We have the daily communications back and forth. AI tools are connected to these things, and AI tools gives us summaries. Everything happens in Slack. Beautiful place. So my next communication tool is surprisingly Discord. Now Slack is where we do our communications. However, as a remote team, right, it's very daunting to sit in your own place, not talk to anyone, always be in a laptop having a task, completing the task. It feels very lonely, which is why I made a decision a few months back to bring every single one of my team members onto Discord. It's 3 a.m. now, that's why I'm the only one in here. But when we are in here, all my team from different departments, they all have their own channel and they join their own channel. Everyone has their own channel. So sales team is in the sales channel, dev team is in the dev channel, marketing in the dev marketing channel. They all stay there and they all work together. Whenever they want to talk to each other, they just unmute, talk about random stuff, music. It's so many back and forth conversations. This happens so much easily. My team has never been this happier because of this tool right here. This has allowed us to have better retention of our employees. So 10 by 10 tool, amazing. And now other tool is Whimsical. Whimsical, as automation company, we need to visualize everything. I need to visualize the automations that I'm building for myself. Now my team and I are working on automating our entire sales process for this quarter, and this is the roadmap that we've created on how we are going to be automating our entire sales pipeline. If someone comes in from the contact us form, this is exactly what happens. Email is sent, Slack is sent with 3 buttons to choose from. We click on a particular button, it does the respective stuff. So many, all these are automations. This is lead magnet automation, this is appointment automation, no-show automation, proposal automation, requester automation, follow-up automation, contracting, onboarding, invoicing, testimonial collection, reminder. All these are automation sequences. We visualize everything in here. And for our clients, you see all these are client. Every single automation projects that I do, it's like a Figma for designer. We create everything in Whimsical. We visualize things in Whimsical. All right. So that is that. Right. And the next tool that I use is Fireflies. Fireflies is my call transcript. I can't live without Fireflies. I have ADHD. I forget stuff. I don't remember what we discussed. I need notes. I need summary. Fireflies allows me to do all that. It allows me to create automated proposals right after the call ends. It allows me to create so many different things. Create branding assets, create meeting note action items, create content, because I have my call recording from Fireflies. It goes into all my calls, records everything. I can watch the video. I recorded so many client testimonials because it happens randomly on these calls. I clip in and I post it. So many things happen. Love Fireflies. And then the next thing I use is Zoom. I use Zoom for all my calls. Love Zoom. Have so many features. I can control my client's computer from Zoom. I can have Zoom has a bit more definition. It's HD compared to Google Meet, so that's why I use Zoom. And next is Opus. We love Opus. I created a bunch of long form videos like this. Opus allows me to clip them and post them. Next is Canva. We use Canva for creating a bunch of marketing assets, thumbnails, and most importantly my proposals, my sales proposals, my short-term proposals. So much of those stuff happen on Canva. I have a template on Canva. I design them on Canva, download it and send it to my clients. Alright, so the last tool I want to go over is Blotato. So Blotato is something that I recently started using. Been using that thing for the last few months and been loving Blotato, especially its MCP function and its ability to schedule content automatically using Claude itself. So we've been using Blotato to schedule all our stuff, creating infographics and all those things. Shout out to Sabrina for creating this amazing tool. And that's pretty much it. That summarizes all the tools that we use. And the next presentation tool I use is Gamma. Gamma is what I use for high-end presentations, for bigger clients, bigger ticket. I often use a sales presentation which visualizes exactly what we'll be doing instead of a quick proposal quote. So I use Gamma, love Gamma for it, and can't recommend it enough. And that's pretty much it. That's the operations layer that basically controls and manages my entire operations. This is my favorite section. The last section is the back office. This is the tool that makes everything clean and operable and manageable, although this is not the day-to-day stuff. Things such as QuickBooks. So QuickBooks is an accounting software. My accountant loves QuickBooks. Because our accounting is in one system, we can technically have AI agents talking to QuickBooks and get numbers respectively. Beautiful. And the next tool we have is Google Workspace. We have Google Sheets, Google Docs, Gmail, presentations. Everything for us is in Google, creating different folders. Everything happens around Google. Love Google for that. And next thing is Hostinger. Hostinger is what we use to host our website, host different dashboards for our clients, and most importantly, hosting our AI agents. This is my multi-agent dashboard. As you can see, it's in our own website. It's in agents.automatemybiz.ai. It's hosted on hosting, and my CRM, my GoHighLevel CRM, as you can see, it's in app.automatemybiz.ai. It's hosted in hosting. An email that's sent in newsletter, which is called email.automatemybiz.ai. It's in hosting. Hosting has a crucial part in a bunch of the emails, hosting and all those things. So that's the daily back. And that pretty much summarizes all my tech stack, at least majority of it. There is so many small stuff that I want to go over, but this is the crux of the whole thing. This allows me to manage my business effectively and love these softwares. Now that is the full stack of apps that I use that cost me over $1,000. Now here's the thing, yeah. every single one of these tools pays for itself. I don't see these things as expenses. I see these things as things that buy back my team time. And because of that, we don't have to hire a bunch of other people to do boring stuff, VAs to do these things. So these tools pay itself back, been extremely useful, and the more we progress, we'll be just getting more and better tools out there. So if you are an agency, you don't have to have all the tools that I have, but start with one and slowly build yourself from there. And the tool that you need to start with has to be the tool that has the biggest bottleneck in your business. Whatever is consuming more time and is affecting your revenue highly, which is oftentimes the project management or the CRM. Start with there and expand from there. Right? So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to learn more about systems, automations, and AI, that's all we talk about every week in this channel for business owners. So if that's you, click on subscribe so that you can get notified every time we post videos. And if you are interested in setting up these tech stacks, you want to set up these systems, automations, and AI, and you don't want to spend the time figuring these things out by yourself, I'm going to be attaching a link below in the description so you can schedule a call with me or my team so we can discuss exactly how we can set these things up for your business. Alright, I'll talk to you guys soon. See you on the next one. Ciao, take care, bye.